So last night you learned about mean absolute deviation. Okay, the mean is the average, the absolute deviation. Who's heard of absolute deviation before? Owen? Or absolute? What's the word absolute mean? When have you heard it in 6th grade? No? What's absolute? Olivia? It's the absolute value or the distance it's from 0. What does it mean to be a deviation? Anna? How far the number is for the mean. So today we're going to work on mean absolute deviation. With your partners right now, I'd like you to add this up and find the mean. Okay, to find the mean, I'm going to pop my calculator out. I'm going to add up all the numbers, and I'm going to divide by the number of numbers that I added, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your mean is 14. On your chart, I would like you to write this above the deviation column. You have a mean or an average of 14. Now let's talk about our deviations. We're going to look at each one of these numbers and calculate how far they are away from our mean. Who can tell me how far 12 is from our mean of 14? Mike? Beautiful. That is down 2 from our mean of 14, -2. What about 13? What's 13's deviation? Cole? Beautiful. What about 14? Michaela? 0. We have 2 0 deviations in this data set. And what about 17? Beautiful. It's +3. Okay, you should notice that your deviations, this equals -3, this is +3. All of your deviations add to equal 0, which means that you're doing something correctly. Now, to find your absolute deviation, you take each one and you find its absolute value. How far is -2 away from 0, Lauren? 2. -1 is 1. 0 is 0 away from itself. And +3 is how far from 0? Mike? 3. With your partner right now, I would like you to add up these numbers and divide them by 5. That's called your mean absolute deviation. Rachel, what did you get, honey? Okay, let me check. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. I'm going to take 6 and divide it by 5. Yes. So I'm going to write right under this column that I have a mean absolute deviation. Oh, and I forgot what it was. 1.2. Okay, that's beautiful if you know how to do it, but it means nothing if you can't explain what it means. So I'm going to draw a picture for you. How do I get a new flip chart if I can't see it? Let me see if I have one here. Okay. You had a whole bunch of numbers that balanced at 14. We find the mean absolute deviation to talk about a data set's V word. Cole. We do it to talk about the data set's variability. On average, the mean absolute deviation is 1.2 units from the mean. So that means the data in our set can be on average up 1.2 points, or it can be down 1.2 points. Does that make sense to you guys? That's why you find the math.